This is the third online dog entry tutorial that I've done. This is for Infodog and MBF. MBF is associated with Infodog. MBF is the actual superintendent. This is an interesting tutorial and a little more complicated because Infodog wears many hats. They have many services they offer. And one of the things that they do is they list shows from other superintendents, and their entry process allows you to enter shows from other superintendents, and then they forward that dog entry information to the real superintendent. So there are two different processes that I'll show you. One is where MBF is the superintendent for the show, and the other process is the one where they're not, and they forward the information. So when MBF is the actual superintendent, it's a very straightforward process like we've seen in other tutorials. But now here I've got caution warning, because I actually always choose to go directly to the websites for the tutorials. I don't enter through Infodog and have the information forwarded for two reasons. One, I believe it's prone to errors. You know, you have to actually be very accurate when you type into text boxes. I'll show you that. And the other thing is I believe that Infodog has to close their entries early because they need time to forward to the other superintendents. So if you have a show that closes, let's say Wednesday at noon, you'll be able to close up until very close to that time on, let's say, Onofrio's website. Whereas if you're going to enter that Onofrio superintendent show, I enter through Infodogs, you'll have to enter your information, you know, earlier than the actual deadline. So again, this is my warning slide. I just want to tell you that I would recommend you enter through the actual superintendent's website. I think it's less error prone, but whatever you decide to do, that's fine, of course. So before you start, you're going to need the normal stuff: your dog's name, registration number, the breeder name, the birth date, the dog sire and dam, the kennel club, the date of the show, and the entry closing date. This is another online entry system that relies on you knowing what the entry closing date is. Optionally, your handler's agent number and your credit card information. This is the third tutorial I've done on online dog show entry. This tutorial is for the Infodog MBF Inc. entry system. This is infodog.com. On the left-hand side, we're going to click on the AKC show entry oval. Here's the entry page. We're going to go to the bottom of this and click on, you know, we agree, but on the left-hand side, it gives you an outline of what we're going to do. We're going to read the rules, find a dog, update the dog info, select a show, enter any information we have about the agent handler, select the classes. So now I'm going to go through and scroll to the bottom of the page and click on I agree with the above and wish to continue. So here is our dog information. Choose a dog. If you've entered a dog before and MBF Infodog has information on it, it will do a search, and then you won't have to fill in all your dog information or add a dog to the entry system. If you haven't, which since this is the first time we're going to do this, we're going to assume we haven't. And so we're going to enter the registration number and search for the dog. It shouldn't find it since I made that up. It didn't. Click on Add as New Dog. And now, since my focus is Great Danes, I'm going to choose Great Dane here. The sex, dog's name, including titles, but this is a puppy, and so it has no titles yet. I'm going to fill out the rest of this information. I'm going to pause the video and then we'll be right back. Okay, I've filled the information in here. I've put in a name, a call name. It has hide it withers. This isn't important. You don't need to fill this in at all. Birth date, place of birth, the breeder's name, The sire's name, include titles. The bitch's name, include titles again. My name. Now, one thing they want you to do is to put slashes. There's a note here. To put slashes around the last name of the owner. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Then the address, and you can hit the continue button. Next thing to do is choose what kind of show that you want to enter into and get the list of shows. So that you can choose confirmation, obedience. This virtual dog thing is a premium feature that Infodog offers. Like I said, it does more things than is just a superintendent. We're going to do confirmation show. Here are confirmation shows grouped by closing date. So this is why you need to know what the closing date of the show is. So I want to look at shows that close in 4 weeks, and here are the dates. So shows that close within the 15th to the 21st of April. And then click continue. So these are the shows that close in 4 weeks. It's a long list. To choose the shows, you just click in the box. I'm going to choose the Rio Hondo Kennel Club show and the show, this Galvin Kennel Club show also. Now it's important to note both the name, so when you go to enter, both the name of the kennel club and the place in which the show is actually located. So because a lot of people refer to the shows by the city in which they're conducted. So that's why, and that can be confusing. So that's why it's important when you come into this process that you know the kennel club name and the date and the place of the show, so that you know what people are referring to when they talk about the different shows, and you enter the correct show. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the page and find the continue button. Here you enter your agent information. It's not required if you have a handler. It's not required to enter the information, but if you do enter the information, it's nice, and the handler's name does get listed in the catalog. So you would enter their name, and then AKC, if they're registered with AKC, they'll have a number, and you can enter that number here. Here is the list of classes that we selected on a couple of previous screens. We listed 2 classes from the Rio Hondo Kennel Club. Here and here, the superintendent is Jack Bradshaw's dog shows. I'm going to scroll down. The superintendent for the other 2 shows is MBF. So this shows you the difference between signing up for entering a dog on MBF when they are the superintendent for the show and when they are not. The first thing I'm going to do is show you when they are the superintendent, because that's easy and straightforward. To enter a class, you just select the class using the drop-down menu. I have a puppy, so I'm going to enter it in the puppy 6 to 9 month bitch class. You can also enter, AKC is promoting their owner handler series, which is an extra class. It's not offered at all the shows, but if you are handling as owner, you are handling your own dog, you can also enter this special class here. And so I'm going to be an owner handler for this particular show, and they do offer the class. I'm going to sign up for it. The next day, this is a Sunday, same club, different show, but they don't offer that class. You can see there's no box to check, but I'm going to select my class, my 6 to 9 puppy class. If I can get this to work. Small technical difficulties here. There we go. Puppy 6 to 9 month bitch. And so I've gone ahead and specified the classes for these 2 shows. I'm going to go back up to the top to the shows which are superintended by Jack Bradshaw. which I don't have a video for, by the way. I haven't had to enter a show superintended by Jack Bradshaw. But anyway, here's where the problems come in when you're wanting to have Infodog forward the information, dog entry information to the real superintendent. Infodog MBF doesn't have the list of classes, so you just have to type them in, type them into the text box. And I'm going to go through down here and check. Okay, puppy 6 to 9 month bitch. And how you get the real name for the class is from the premium list for that particular show. So you have to look at the premium list to get that information. I would have it right next to you while you make this entry, and type the information from that premium list. And so I'm entering the puppy 6 to 9 month bitch class. Division, if you're for Great Danes, division may be by color, because the open classes are divided by color if you're choosing the open classes, and you can see that here down below, or you could see it earlier, that classes were listed, the open classes had colors associated with them. So I've never done this before. In other words, I've never done entered on Infodog and had them forward the information, because I don't trust it, and I'm not sure that I'll be accurate enough to get the information. But you might have to specify color here. So if I were entering an open class, I might be able to specify mantle here. I would check with Infodogs and with the real superintendent, at least for the first time that you do this, so that you enter this all correctly, and so this gets forwarded. But this is why I don't bother doing it this way, and I go directly to the superintendent's website. I just find it easier. You need to enter the fees. Again, Infodog doesn't know what the fee is, so I'm just guessing at $28. I'm going to go down here again and write in this text box for this show the class information, I think. Oops. So you can misspell things and see it's wrong. Puppy classes aren't divided, and then I'm going to go ahead and enter the fee, and I hope I got it all right. And I'm going to click down at the bottom of the page on the continue button. Okay, looks like they think I did it right, but they won't know for sure until after it gets forwarded. 2 of these entries get forwarded to the correct superintendent. So here it has the entry fees and the admin fees. All the superintendents do charge an additional fee when you enter online, the dog's name, the date, the show. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the Pay for Entries button. Now, it's good to go ahead and review again the information to make sure it's all correct. You'll notice, of course, just for example's sake, I chose 2 shows exactly on the same days. I'd have to clone myself and my dog to actually make that work, but this was just an example. And here you would next enter all your credit card information and your email address, and then you would push the Authorize Payment Now button, which I'm not going to do. I'm assuming for the shows that are superintended by MBF, they'll just send you an entry confirmation to your email address. For the shows that are superintended by the other superintendent, I think it was Jack Bradshaw in this case, I'm not sure exactly how that works, whether MBF sends you a confirmation or whether Jack Bradshaw will send you a confirmation for your entry. And I also don't know how their error handling works. If there's an error in the entry, who will contact you, and how you will go ahead and fix that. So I hope this has been useful for you, showing you the 2 different methods. Definitely the accuracy of entering for another superintendent isn't accurate. That process I don't know, have a general idea, but you really don't follow this tutorial. I just wanted to give you an idea of what you needed to know beforehand, but you should check your premium list and talk to the Infodog or Jack Bradshaw to find out exactly what you should put in those text fields to make it all work. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you.